is try and keep all of the people who are involved in making decisions about the city working together. So we have councillors who have to make big decisions, we have our staff who have to make sure all the things that we decide happen, but also there's lots of people in the community doing other things as well. So my most important job is to try and make sure everybody's working together.
Yeah, what is the most challenging part of your job?
The most challenging part of my job is when people disagree with things that are going on, and you have to manage how they feel about it. And so it's challenging when people aren't very happy, trying to find a way to move forward and make sure that everybody's okay with that.
What is enjoyable about your job and why?
One of the things I really like, and I have to say this because you're here, but I would say it anyway, is having to, was when I deal with children who are interested in this kind of thing, and when I get to go to schools and talk to people about what I do. So I really enjoy that, and I really enjoy the opportunities of meeting new people and learning new things about them.
How did you feel when the councillor said you were going to be mayor?
I was very excited because I'd been working pretty hard to see if I could be the mayor, and I was really excited at the opportunity of being able to do something good for our community. So I was pretty excited when I found out that I was successful.
Do you think that your job is interesting and why?
I think it's incredibly interesting because I get to meet so many different kinds of people. So right now I'm talking to you, and after I finish this meeting I'm going to go and have a meeting with all of the other mayors from around this area, and then I'm going to meet with some people from all the councillors and the staff from here. We're going to have a quick meeting, and then I'm going to go talk to some people who want to bring a double-decker bus into the Esplanade. So in the course of a day I can meet lots of different people and talk about all sorts of different things, so it's really interesting.
What is your favourite place in Palmerston North and why?
I think my favourite place is the square, because when it's and during the daytime it's a nice place to be able to go for a walk, and it's such a nice open clean space, and then at night I think the lights look really cool.
What reminds you of Palmerston North and why?
What, sorry?
What reminds you of Palmerston North and why?
So if I'm going somewhere else, what reminds me of Palmerston North?
Yep.
Oh, that's a really tricky one. Actually, I think probably it's perhaps not quite this way at the moment, but when I go to Christchurch, they have a lot of their streets all like laid out in a square and a grid pattern, and that really reminds me of Palmerston North. That's something we've got in common with Christchurch.
What do your kids love about you as mayor?
The thing they like the most is sometimes we get free tickets to go to stuff, so they think that's pretty cool if they get to come with me. So that's probably the thing they like the most about me being the mayor. Apart from that, it's not that much fun for them because I'm out quite a lot.
What subject did you study at Massey?
When I was at Massey, I got a degree in social work, so I've got a Bachelor of Social Work.
What was your job before you became mayor?
Oh, that's a very good question. I've been lots of things. I was a social worker and I was a high school guidance counsellor, and right before I became the mayor I was an operations manager at the church I go to.
What did you love about Hutt Valley and why?
The Hutt Valley, that's a long time ago. I shifted away from the Hutt Valley when I was about 5, but what I really used to love about it was we used to live at the end of a street that had some bush and a big bushwalk up behind it, and so we used to go and play up there quite a lot when we were pretty little.
What is your favourite thing to do when you're having a break?
That's a really good question. I really like cycling. I've just taken up cycling, so I quite like going for bike rides. I quite like watching movies, I have to say, and I like playing music.
What did you love about living in Auckland and why?
Oh, well, okay, so I lived in Auckland from when I was about 5, when we shifted from the Hutt Valley till when I was about 11. And what I really loved about living in Auckland at that time was, again, we lived down the end of a street and there's heaps of other kids, and we had a big green space, and we used to play a lot of sports in the backyard. So that was something I really loved about living in Auckland. I don't think I'd want to live in Auckland now, though. Too busy.
How did you become councillor?
That's a really good question. I became a councillor because some friends of mine thought that I'd do a really good job of it, and so they said, why don't you stand for council? And so because other people believed in me, I thought I would give it a go. And then we just worked really hard. I knocked on lots of doors and talked to people and put up lots of signs, and that was enough to convince people that they should vote for me.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.